Hello again, traders, and welcome back to the Pro Trader Network. And you can see that this is part 4 on our series and discussion regarding market structure. And in this video, we're going to talk about the concept of market harmonics. Market harmonics continues to build on the concept that the market moves in repeatable patterns. And as we've mentioned several times before, traders, we know that price action repeats itself over and over again. And this gives rise to structure patterns, candle patterns, support and resistance, all the things we've talked about up to this point in our discussion of market structure. And after observing this movement and taking a look at market structure, we see that the market can actually move symmetrically both in distances and in time. And this repetition of symmetrical movements both in distance and in time is what we call market harmonics. And like everything we've talked about up to this point, traders, with regard to observing market structure, this takes a little practice, and once you get familiar with it, you'll be able to easily observe these symmetrical moves in the market. And we label these moves with letters and define each of these moves as a leg. You've heard me before refer to moves or impulse legs in the market. We also refer to market harmonic moves as legs. And one of the most common patterns that we observe in moves of market harmonics is known as the ABCD pattern. All right, traders, here's a graphical representation of our ABCD pattern. Starting on the left, we have an ABCD pattern in a sell-off or a downtrend. And on the right-hand side, we have an ABCD pattern in a rally or in an uptrend. So back to the left, traders, in a downtrend or a sell-off, we're looking for the AB leg to equal the CD leg. And then at D, we'd be looking for the market to reverse, or we'd be looking for a buy opportunity. Moving to the right, in an uptrend or in a rally, we'd look for the AB leg to equal the CD leg, and we'd look for a sell at D. You know, traders, I just realized that in describing this ABCD pattern, I've been saying we need the AB leg to equal the CD leg, and what I actually mean is the opposite. The continuation is the CD leg. So we're looking at the CD leg to equal the AB leg. I guess I just had that in reverse order. I just want to make sure we clarify that. AB is the first part of the move, BC the retracement, and then CD the continuation. So we're looking for CD to complete the ABCD pattern, and we're looking for the CD leg to equal the AB leg. So let's take a look at a chart and see how we can identify some of these ABCD patterns. All right, traders, we pulled in a chart here, and you can see that I've already labeled some ABCD patterns in this price action that we have here. And I've just labeled this using the text labeling tool and my line tool in our MT4 platform. So starting on the left, let me pull my cursor down. Here we have an uptrend or a rally, ABCD. In the middle, we have ABCD, and you can see at D, again, a buying opportunity. The market reverses. Here at D, even though we have some consolidation, this would be considered a sell opportunity or a possible reversal in price action. Here we have another ABCD, and here we go, a buying opportunity at D, and the market rallies. ABCD, and here we have an ABC pattern, traders, that sells off only briefly and actually continues up to a 3 drives pattern before turning over and selling off. And then here we have an ABCD pattern, and at D we have another selling opportunity. So a quick run through of those ABCD patterns, and that's what we're looking for. I wanted to show you a little bit of a trick that I use when I'm measuring ABCD patterns on my chart. It just kind of helps to look at equal distances. One of the things we can do, and I've written the instructions here on our MT4 platform, is if we click on any object and we hold the control button, we can just grab and drag that new object to duplicate it. So I'm going to draw a trend line here. All right, and then I'm going to double click it to highlight it, and you can see these little handles become active. Now I'm going to press the control button, and I'm going to drag, and you can see it drags an identically sized line over to the right. And notice, traders, that the handles have disappeared. So for me to activate this and duplicate this again, I simply hold the control button and drag to the right. Let me get rid of those, and I'll show you that again. It's just a really handy line tool if you want to measure equal distances, and that's actually what we're looking for when we look at our ABCD pattern. Here's a horizontal line here, and we have to make sure the handles are activated right here on the end, and we can simply put our cursor over that line, hit the control button, drag down, and duplicate another horizontal line. Same thing would apply to our vertical line here. We can pop a vertical line on our chart, making sure our handles are active. You can see we have that little square available down here. That means this handle's active. I'm pressing my control key and simply dragging the new object to the right. So a very handy tool when we want to look at market harmonics and to observe our ABCD patterns. You notice in my videos, traders, I do often talk about looking at ABCD completion patterns. ABCD patterns, traders, are also very important in another trading strategy using advanced patterns. And we're going to talk about advanced patterns, Gartley patterns, bat patterns, crab patterns, and butterfly patterns in our upcoming market structure videos. Actually, probably the next video in the series. But I wanted to expose you to these symmetrical moves that we call market harmonics. These are great clues, traders, where the market can potentially reverse and create some very, very simple market structure trading opportunities. And eventually, traders, we want to get away from indicators in our trading and simply use pure price action. And this ABCD pattern, due to the fact that it repeats over and over again, is a really, really great tool in trading pure price action. And traders, as always, I really want to encourage you to sit down with a blank chart with nothing on it but candles and try to draw and recognize these ABCD patterns. Every time we go through one of these exercises, especially when we're dealing with the subject of market structure, we want to build that reticular formation. We want to go back after watching this video, make sure we understand the concept, and then try to identify these patterns, labeling them, and using our line tools. So not only does it reinforce our reticular formation, recognizing patterns, but it also is a great way for us to continue to become proficient using our MT4 platform. And of course, traders, just to reinforce our ABCD, we have an impulse leg, a retracement, and a continuation. An impulse leg, a retracement, and a continuation. Impulse, retrace, continuation. Impulse, retrace, continuation. Impulse, retrace, continuation. Basically, we're looking at swing high, swing low to a new structure high. Swing low, swing high to a new structure low. Swing low, swing high to a new structure low. Swing high, swing low, new structure high. Swing high to swing low to a new structure high. So just a quick review, traders. Our ABCD pattern: impulse leg, retrace, continuation. So leg 1, retrace, leg 2. AB, BC, CD. And what I usually do, traders, when I'm looking at price action, is I try to find what I call tentative B and tentative C, because this signifies that, yes, B will be the retrace from B to C. So if I find tentative B, I can look at my TDI indicator where tentative B might be occurring and see if there's a potential cross happening. I can look at my Fibonacci retracement and expansion tools to see if a tentative B is forming. And then I'll look for tentative C, the retrace. And then once I can determine if that C is going to hold, that could be a 382 or a 618 retrace, I can re-enter the market in this downward trend and take advantage of the CD leg. Be aware, traders, that a lot of money is made. Traders that trade the ABCD pattern, they're not so concerned with the impulse of AB. They're looking to make their money on the CD completion of the ABCD pattern. So again, I spend a lot of time looking for tentative B and tentative C so I can take advantage of that CD completion of the ABCD pattern. And traders, the beauty of the ABCD pattern is that it works in any market and any time frame. You could be trading a 1-minute chart, a 5-minute chart, an 8 range bar, a 25 range bar, a daily chart. ABCD patterns occur on every chart, every market, every time frame. And these are high probability trades because we know that an impulse leg followed by a retrace suggests that another impulse is going to occur. And that simply means that new structure will be created, and this AB leg is going to repeat itself, or this AB equals CD pattern is going to repeat itself over and over again. So when we see an impulse lag and when we see a retrace, we bring in our other tools, our Fibonacci tools. We can take a look, and that's how we build our Fibonacci expansion. Impulse lag, retrace to a potential expansion level with the completion of an ABCD pattern. And we know that these patterns, these ABCD patterns, create the swing highs and swing lows in price action. So they are part of our significant levels of support and resistance. And traders, when you get really good at recognizing ABCD patterns, and we're going to bring these in when we talk more about advanced pattern recognition, each ABCD pattern where AB equals CD can signify the end or reversal of a trend or of the overall market momentum in a certain direction. Start to look at these ABCD patterns. Go back on your chart, and as we noted earlier on our chart, you can see ABCD completion. The market tends to reverse at those particular areas. And as I mentioned before, traders, this ABCD pattern we can incorporate with other patterns and strategies for stronger trade signals. You've seen me on my trading videos pull in my trend line to indicate whether there's a high probability or a confluence with my fib levels where perhaps an ABCD pattern might be completing. Anything we can do to gain an edge in the market to create a confluence of all of our indicators that are part of our trading system and trading strategy create our trading edge. Make sure you go back and practice, traders. This does no good if you don't go back, spend some time looking at your charts, build your reticular formation, and learn to identify ABCD patterns. Great to have you back here at the Pro Trader Network, traders. As always, let's stay focused, follow our rules. We'll see you next time.